It's space
Wow.
heavy.
Wow, that Spaceman, pretty heavy, bro.
King
King
Krule.
Cruel, there's an echo in it. King Cruel, Space Heavy is the album and artist together as one. 2023 is the year.
Yeah.
Tracks, there's plenty of them. There's an excessive
Too
amount, you
many.
might
There's an
say.
awful lot.
Absolutely too many.
Christ alive.
Man Alive, it wasn't.
Again,
Last album.
wow. Actually, no, it actually was funny, but I don't know.
I'm really hot. Shall we go straight into the
It's
album?
gross, this, isn't it? Sorry, guys. Let me just stop.
Um,
It's gross. This heat is gross.
Gross.
Fucking gross. Yeah, go right into it, Cal. Dive deep
Please
into
keep
that
blowing
space.
into the mic, Cal. I love that.
Yeah.
I love it when you do
Don't you
that.
dare don't you dare come at me for mic etiquette when you're there twatting your wire every week.
I thought I muted us. I don't ever touch my wire.
God. Well, it makes the cackle, the crackle.
You can't carry on twatting your wire on stream.
King
we'll get banned.
Krule.
King Cruel, yeah. Overall, not really caring for this album at all. Sorry. It was very dull in my opinion. I did listen to it all, surprisingly. I had Star Wars on in the background, the game, whatever the latest one's called.
Oh, is it any good?
And it's very good, mate.
Is it
very, very
is
good.
it
I've got a-
good evolution from the first one?
100%.
Yeah, I thought the first one was great.
I've got a funny story about the first one.
Save it, Cal.
So that was the first.
Yanni, carry on, please.
No, because it's funny. No, shut up. It's funny. It was the first game I played on next gen console, and then
Next
obviously
gen?
the main character is called Cal
Cal.
Kestis,
Cal, yeah.
and I was absolutely convinced it had like knowledge that my name was Cal. I was like, oh, it's fucking well cool.
This is
No,
next gen, bro.
That's great.
it was
Yo,
living in the,
is the
in the
next
future right now.
generation.
But no, Cal Kestis,
Oh,
not
so
Cal Davis.
No.
Thanks for that.
Anyway,
Yanni,
thank
please.
you, Cal. Liam, thank you. Yeah, a lot of the songs really just blended into one for me because it was the same level of energy for most of it. I like some of the sounds if I'm trying to pick something positive here, and I'm really trying. But overall, it just wasn't exciting at any point. I don't think, from recollection, there was even a song that really picked it up at any point. All very much of a muchness. And it's my least favourite side of King Cruel, and it's this entire album.
Well, fair enough. I agree with your points, but for me, there were a few songs that stood out. Seaforth, which was the lead single, I really like that song, but it loses itself within the album, which is a shame. Pink Shell, Hamburger Phobia, that's hard to say, and The Swamp were three that enticed me in, I guess you could say. But then I thought, are they actually that good, or do they just have drums in that are a bit exciting?
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. But in terms of the album, they were my three favourites. I quite enjoyed it. I'd happily have it on in the background, but I wouldn't go out of my way to put it on. It was quite consistent, but consistently not exciting. It was all right.
Yeah, it's I like this side of King Cruel, or have in the past at least liked this side of King Cruel. However, it's not all this, as you've kind of said, Yanni. This album is all that side, and it's only like it's not till you get to Hamburger Phobia, which is the 8th song on this album, that it kind of picks up. Apart from Pink Shells, got drums. But like it's not till then that anything kind of, it's all the very slow, just kind of guitar brooding, which again I really like, and I like having that on in the background, or if you're doing a task of some sort. I'm a man who loves tasks. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a tasky guy. But it needs something. Almost nothing really stood out to me from this album. I think in terms of just like kind of artistry, from music creating, I think King Cruel still got it. Like it's he's still making great sounds and melodies and things, but there's just not enough. There's not enough behind it. There's not enough substance there really to carry a full album. I don't think.
I think you nailed it, Cal. Liam, I'm done with you. When you said that.
No, Liam, you were very eloquent, and I agree with what you
Yeah,
said.
screw you.
Yeah,
Yanni.
I've had enough by this point. Same with this album. No, you've nailed it when you said that like the tracks just sort of got lost within one another because nothing stands out and there's very little variation. And when you've got 15 tracks of that, it is too much. It's
Absolutely.
too much. And I see your point about like it was good to have on the background. Like it was sort of all right, but also there's much better music that I could just have on
Oh
in the
yeah, of
background.
course.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm not,
I wouldn't
I wouldn't
seek it
ever pick
out.
this over
I
it.
think
No, no, I completely agree with
I
you.
think the key point on that is that like the last two albums have been that, like, because it's got this kind of like slow kind of meandering music, but then it's also got a few like hookers in there, so they're a lot more interesting to have on the background, without really having to pay too much attention. It's just good sounds going on. This doesn't have those hookers.
See,
Yeah.
like, I know
That
it's
it was.
completely different time and everything, but a song like "Out Getting Ribs," which doesn't have much more going on within the songs than most of these, is just infinitely better.
I feel like that has dynamics though, whereas
Yeah,
some
no,
of these
yeah,
songs
yeah.
lack dynamic.
That's the issue.
It does kind of sound like he's gone into the recording booth a bit half cut and just went, "Oh, I'll just get this down," and then that's kind of just. I'm not saying
Yeah.
quality wise is what it sounds like, but delivery wise is what it sounds like. So I don't know. I've put a few of the tracks on my 2023 playlist, but I'll probably never ever revisit the whole thing, which is a shame because I was excited for it.
It's not a shame, mate. It's King Krule. Can we get some scores on the go, maybe, Callum, if you'd like to begin?
I'm gonna give it. It feels harsh, but a 5 because it's pretty much down the center.
That's, you know what, mate? That is valid. I'm gonna. Yeah, you've made me think here now. You made me think. I'm kind of clouded by the fact that I really like the last two albums, and this shares some style elements from those two, but
Also, not those two albums, though, is it?
always, Yanni, shut up. But it's all like that specific style from that. There's none of the other styles from those albums, which is very samey. I'm gonna give it though because I do think I'll enjoy listening to this again in the future. At certain points when I feel like this is what I need. I'm gonna give it a 6.
I'm gonna be giving this a 4.
Crikey Moses.
That is space heavy, bro.
Bro, which of course leaves the Fool's rating at what?
Leaves it at a 5. Right down the line, right in middle. Thanks, King
I
Krule.
can't
Well-
wait. I'm deleting these two albums from my Apple Music right now. Thank you.
I
and
hate
goodbye.
to break it to you, Alfie, because you are 100% listening to this from Seaforth.
Alfie?
Why did I call him Alfie? I know his
Don't
name's
know,
Alfie.
mate.
So I hope he's
Callum.
not, I actually hope he's not listening because there's going to be
Awkward.
It's
2 bits
embarrassing.
of bad news right now. I got your name wrong, and you're statistically our least favorite album of the year so far that we've given ratings
Oh
to.
shit!
That is.
Yeah, Squid and Boy Genius are joint next.